Hello everybody and welcome to this, and holy shit, Ghost of Tsushima has a release date and it's only a few months away and it's coming a month after fucking Last of Us Part 2. It's such a disposable industry. I don't want to have to we wait 8 years for a game and then we smash through it in 2 weeks and it's on to the next thing, which is usually 15 months away because there's only so many AAA games now because every single one has to make billions of dollars and be a live service game rather than back in the day. You would have there seemed to be dozens of games coming out every month because they were smaller budget and developers were taking chances, and now everything has to be it has to be a calculated, it has to be a $1 billion machine, and there's only really so many now. So, not to say there's not that many games, but there's less AAA games. Like, okay, what's coming out? So we have Resident Evil 3, we have Final Fantasy. Yes, there is a lot, but this is a little bit of an exception because Resident Evil 3 is kind of like, okay, it's a one-off. Final Fantasy, I think it's part one of whatever. And then there was a bunch of delays, and that kind of caused this void of nothing to play in a time where you would want to play something, like kind of in the winter, spring, Because I kind of feel guilty in the summer if I'm sitting inside playing a game. I know I shouldn't, but I just feel like, I should be outside. I just feel guilty. But in the winter, it's like, well, who fucking cares? It's all, Anyway, the 26th of June. So this should be pretty great. I mean, there's nothing really to complain about, but this is why it's always good to just wait for the official, from the horse's mouth, the announcement from the fucking publisher, from Sony, instead of, day by day typing in Ghost of Tsushima news, speculation, leaks. Don't, it's just benign and moot. Just with the whole fucking thing with PlayStation 5 News and Xbox Series X, it's just like every day, like the other day I read Xbox Series X. Phil Spencer reveals that it is 8 times the power of the Xbox One. The other day I heard it was 12. Before I heard it was like 15. So now he says it's 8. And I know apparently, so he's saying it's 8, so it is 8 times the power of the Xbox One. So it's 8 times more powerful than previous gen. And then a few times more powerful than the Xbox One X or something like that. Anyway, but then literally the whole article was dedicated to what was it ultimately? It was just predicated on, hair not looking that great this generation, and it will look better in the next generation. Well, I'd fucking hope so. And the teraflop thing, what the fuck? Who the fuck are they thinking? This is a completely different video, but who are they marketing this console to? Because a teraflop, to me, to the average consumer, I know it's obviously hardware and it's like the CPU or whatever, but I don't fucking know. It sounds like a wardrobe malfunction. Teraflop. I don't know what it is. And they go 12 teraflops. Like somebody, and these game journalists, like I know they've been around and they should know, but I've been around video games just like them and they review games. They just instantly pretend like they know what a teraflop is. Oh, this is going to be exciting. It's like, you don't know more than anybody else. I'm sorry. You don't know what a fucking... You're not an engineer. And that's another thing, too. Having an engineer explain and market a console... I mean, like, the average consumer that buys a console doesn't give a fuck about... I'm saying the majority. There's going to be exceptions. There's going to be people commenting, going like, oh, well, I care about the specifications because I'm an enthusiast of consoles. Okay, of course, that's good for you. And it's kind of neat to get an idea of what these things can do. But unless you can... pair that with any other knowledge of hardware. I don't know what any of this shit is. Like, maybe RAM. That's about it. And then, there was another article that was just like, so benign. It's just like, and then it just, it just gives view fodder to every fucking person that has to recite the news without any opinion, thinking they're Roger Ailes, even though Roger Ailes is a creep and disgusting human being. Whoa, the news today. Here's the graphic. It just, come on, guys. Like, at least have an opinion. 2 seconds of an opinion. But no, it's just, who are you directing this to? Because if you're marketing a home console to PC, like, if you're marketing a home console with specifications and you're just talking hardware, like you go on your Twitter and you go 12 teraflops. I don't know what that means. The people that buy consoles, they don't give a fuck about specifications. They just want a box that they plug in, put a disc in. Well, it might not have. Well, it has. We're going to all digital future, unfortunately, and take it with a grain of salt. But okay. So if you're marketing a console with specifications mainly, or marketing, the majority of your marketing is pushing the specs as if everybody, your demographic, understands that, which they don't, the majority. So then you're just marketing a console to PC players that have a much more powerful system anyway, because they drop like $3,000-4,000 on the fucking thing. So who are you marketing this to? Just make a direct comparison. And I know I went off on a huge fucking tangent here. I'm sorry, but that's this is just how it happens sometimes. But it's just make a comparison, right? Just make a comparison. Go like, after they had to break down, because then somebody asked them, I don't know who the fuck it was, they're like, well, what's a teraflop? And then they had to go, it is the processing power of this many units and dot, 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 dot. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Just compare it. Then they said, okay, well, it's 12 times more powerful than the Xbox One X, or 12, the base Xbox One, or 8 times. Okay, fine, just say that. Just simplification when marketing is key, especially marketing a console, plug and play, I don't give a fuck what's in it. As long as it can play next generation games at a high fidelity, and yeah, you can say 120 frames per second, aiming for, which means 60, because they aim for 60 in last gen or current gen, and we get 30 half the time. Yeah, just say this is the storage, and 100. We're going to be aiming for 60 to 120 frames per second. So just keep it simple. Like just do that. So anyway. But I went on a huge tangent there, and the whole PS5 fucking news is just so benign. If it's unsubstantiated and it's all speculation, don't bother. It's not news. It's not fucking news. So, and I'm sure, and like this all kind of connects back to what I was saying about Ghost of Tsushima. It just helps to just fucking wait. Just wait for the official announcement that way, and then you can speculate on once we know, and then maybe speculate a little bit on. Because talking about games makes them fun, especially with friends. But every little incremental detail of what might be and speculating, it doesn't really help anything. And even if it's true, it's all so misleading anyway. So just wait for the official announcements. But they won't do that because they need news videos, which it's okay to do that, but have an opinion. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it, and I'm going to get shit on for this, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, so I guess that's all I have to say currently. Yeah, so anyway, take care, and oh yeah, and again, I'm sorry I don't have the graphic to show you where the subscribe button is, if you want. I'm not saying you should, and because like I know some videos, like I said in my last one, you need the tutorial to show you where that big red, because it's not like you people have been using YouTube for a long time, and you can't see that big red, it's so insulting to the audience. Like to go like click subscribe, to have a graphic, and to show them like, oh, this is how you do it, and make sure to ring the bell. People know how to use the fucking bell, and they know how to use the subscription button. It's a big red fucking button underneath the video. So either they're insulting you because they don't think you know to do that, or they're trying to manipulate you into doing it. It's insulting. Fuck off with that. It's like back in the day when they took at the beginning of the video, they would take 20 seconds and show you how to favorite the video and how to 5-star. Fuck off. Like, fuck off. It's just so annoying. It's just like slimy, greasy, really. It is greasy. Anyway, agree to disagree, take with a grain of salt. Thank you for watching, and all the best. Have a great weekend. Take care.